Oh, man, I don't know why I left them alone last week, but bring me my 49ers.
Welcome to the Sure Shot for Week 14 of the NFL season. I am your host, as always, Chad Morton, a.k.a. The Agent, joined, as always, by the two-time Super Bowl champion and Washington Commanders Hall of Famer, Gary Clark. Pointing at the 21-year professional football veteran and coach, Lois Cook, the Disruptor.
Yeah, girl.
To my left, as always, is the professor, grizzled veteran of media, former ESPN employee, and, of course, Chad Morton here, the agent. Week 13 is over.
I'm glad.
Week 13 is rough. Let me just talk about three highlights that jumped out at me that I'm going to share with y'all. The Eagles get whipped. Steelers get stunned. And the Commanders do what they do, which is take that whooping. Where are we going to start first? I'm going right to you, Lois. Talk to me about your Commanders, because what Miami did to them, that ought to be illegal in 15 states.
I closed my eyes. I couldn't watch. I mean, yeah, that was tough. It's just a testament to, you know, where they are and what they have to do. There's a lot of adjustments being made behind the scenes right now. So I think, you know, you'll start to see some improvement later, but
like how later?
No, like next year.
OTAs.
Right? No, serious. No, and I'm with it. I mean it. I think that's just where they are right now. Like what you got, Gary?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with the defense, quite honestly. I mean, the defense is really, I don't want to say they folded their tents up, but they're not playing well right now. I mean, they're just not.
But to that point too, like, I mean, with the changes that are being made as a player, you know, you have to adjust to those those changes too. And can you is that going to show?
As a player, quite honestly, truthfully, as a player, I don't care about the changes that happen in senior management. I don't even care about the changes that happens as a coach, because at the end of the day, I'm the player. Right. I control what's happening on the field. I control if I run the route right. I control if I block that person. I control if I drop a ball, catch a ball, make a person miss. I can control all of that. And as a player who's probably been playing since they were 5 years old, so 5 years old, take all that knowledge and bring it to where you are now, I definitely know more than the 22-year-old, 25-year-old, 30-year-old coaches that's coaching me right now who's not played or has the football knowledge that I have about. I'm going to change that.
Right, but
because it's not right. I'm going to change that. As a team, we're going to change that. We're going to give the coaching staff credit for it. When we do change it, we're not going to take credit for it. We're going to give them credit for it. But it's our job to take their plan and tweak it and make it football ready. They're going to give you a strategy. It's my job to take that strategy and be like, okay, he says to do this, but that's not going to work, so I'm going to do this because that's going to work. And if it doesn't work, it is on me.
Yeah.
It's my fault if it doesn't work.
But are they bought into the coach? Go ahead.
Well, to your point, I don't think they have any confidence defensively in anybody. You got Del Rio, you got Run, and that's the point I'm trying to make, Chad. You lose Montez Sweat and Chase Young, and you expect your defense to get better. It just doesn't work like that. Now, I know that you were going to have problems re-signing the both of them in the whole bit. Part of it was guys didn't buy into Del Rio. The other part was they trying to figure out how they're going to be physically responsible during this next offseason. But there is no clue. This is a rudderless ship right now in the Puget Sound, all right?
Well, speaking of football strategy, what happened in Pittsburgh with and I just want to say as in Gary Clark's Steelers, who got killed at home on what we call, unfortunately, those of us from Pittsburgh, a Mike Tomlin special, losing at home to an inferior opponent. Gary, you take it. I can't even.
I'll take it. And all I have to say is, shit happens.
Gary, leave it at that.
It is.
Don't add nothing to it. It can't get no better. It can't get any better than what you just said. Okay.
Because you got everything you wanted in that game. There was no Matt Canada, and there was no Kenny Pickett.
And there was no W's. So but
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Now, but Mark, you and I, we are both on the hook for this one. We both picked the Eagles.
You're right.
We both had the Eagles at home with Philly fan. Let me tell you something. San Francisco came in there with a boombox. They walked out the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
They made an announcement. We're
In
going
all
to kick
black.
your ass.
In all
We're gonna
black.
beat your ass. Punched the security guard. Got thrown out of the game, some players. Beat the ass and went home Philly. How does Philadelphia answer to that with the Cowboys coming up?
They tired. I mean, let's be real for a second. They had, 3 games, 17 days against high-level opponents? Not to make any excuses, but there are reasons you get your ass whipped at the crib in Philly. You tired. They caught you out there. This was a Rocky reference. He ran into Drago the first time this time.
Or Clubber Lang.
Okay, Clubber Lang, whoever you want to look, who put him on the floor, he knocked him down. Now, I think they're going to come back. I just think that Sunday is a tough spot because after those 17 days, you run into a team that has had a mini bye. Again, 3 teams with mini byes coming off a Thursday, and then they get that extra 3 days of rest. I think Philly in trouble when they go to Dallas, man.
I do too.
I'd be concerned to see if the Eagles get off the ground.
I'm curious as to what you guys had, so let's jump right into it. Let's try to get our viewers some money, and we're going to start with GC. Game 1, who you got and why?
I got the Colts over the Bengals. I like the Colts. They always tend to find a way to win.
Yes, they do.
They just do. They seem to find a way to win. They pull it. If they're down, they get on their bootstraps, they pull them up, and they go back at it. Plus, I'm getting +1. I'll take the +1. I'll take the +1, but I'll
wait, GC. So we got the Bengals +1 at home because, as you know, quarterback's out. And the Colts come up that win
I've had
streak.
to at -1. I still have the Colts over the Bengals.
Okay. So you're taking the Colts even on the road.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts.
Okay, you got it. Without no Joe Burrow, that ain't a bad bet at all. I got you right there, GC. Lois, who you got?
Okay, game 1. I'm picking the Commanders. They're not playing anyone, so they're sure to win. But no. All right. Okay. Real talk.
That's a sure shot.
I'm taking that's a sure shot. I love the Commanders, though. But anyway, I'm taking the Browns over the Jaguars. All right. This is a -1.5.
Yes.
Okay,
the
so,
Jags at the Browns. Yep.
Obviously, I've said it before. I have much respect for the Browns, their defense. They're also playing at home. But to point out the obvious, Trevor Lawrence, what is going on? So I've sprained an ankle and I've broken an ankle, and his reaction said it all. So I don't see him playing this weekend. Now they haven't.
He's definitely not playing this weekend.
Well, yeah,
he's going to miss at least 2 weeks.
They haven't said that yet.
They haven't officially.
They have not ruled him out.
They haven't officially ruled him out.
Okay.
But with that being said, and then also the weather's bad too. So I don't think that the Jaguars are going to be able to move the ball.
It's Cleveland. The weather's always bad.
The
Mark,
Browns.
who you got, buddy?
All right, I'm going to take the Saints at home over the Panthers in a can't-miss deal. I mean, I'm getting 5.5.
Give him 5.5 with the Saints. Give him 5.5. Okay.
And, the Panthers just can't score. And they compound that by not being able to stop anybody. And they can't protect their quarterback. So even going down into New Orleans, where they got a dilemma at the quarterback spot because Derek Carr's hurt, I got to believe that as bad as the offense has been in Carolina, when they get to the Bayou, they're just not going to be able to keep up scoring. And I think whoever's up under center can manufacture more than an entire team in Carolina. So I got to go with the Saints at home against the 5. Well, with the 5.5.
Yeah, minus 5.5. So Saints at home, give it up 5.5. You're thinking that they're gonna cover that against the Panthers. Panthers battling New England for the worst team in the league, in my opinion. But hold on, where's New England going? They're going to Pittsburgh. Thursday night game. Would I pick it? Not a snowball's chance in hell. Stay away from that game. I don't care what the spread is. Take my advice because you never know what's going to happen there. My game 1's going to be the Rams coming to Baltimore. Rams plus 7.5 on a 3-game winning streak. The Ravens are tough. The Ravens will win this game, but will they cover 7.5? I don't think so. Aaron Donald and that defense are picking up. They're scoring on the offensive end. Look at the over on that game as well. I'm going with the Rams plus 7.5, not to win, but to cover. There's my game 1. Everybody's game 1. We're ready for game 2. GC, who you got and why?
Game 2, I got the Raiders over the Vikings. I think I'm getting 3 correct.
Raiders are giving up 3 at
Raiders
home.
are giving up 3 at home.
Okay, so Vikings at Las Vegas. Raiders are giving up 3. You think they're going to cover it. No Kirk Cousins, and Josh Dobbs has kind of come back down to earth. What say you, GC?
I said the Raiders are going to win and they're going to cover. So
Win and cover. Okay.
Win and cover. My man.
yeah.
We go with it. Lois, who you got for game 2 and why?
Okay, game 2. I'm taking the Dolphins over the Titans. It is a -14. But the Dolphins have proven that their offense is very well capable. Also, Derrick Henry, I think, is questionable. The Titans also haven't won any of their away games.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. So he's questionable. What?
Yeah.
He got injured.
Yes.
Last week. Okay.
So, but he's not. I don't think he's officially another player, but not officially ruled out. But
he's
yeah,
going to
it's
play, just not
questionable.
100%, obviously. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Titans are not too strong when they're traveling. So give me the Dolphins with that -14 all day.
I love it. Dolphins are on a roll. We saw what they did here in Washington. Game 2. Mark Gray, who you got, man?
I'm going to go to your favorite team, Pittsburgh.
warned you.
6-point favorite over New England. New England, another dreadful defensive team. I mean, we got the backup quarterback bowl. You got tragedy under center on both sides. But I'm thinking you better get on this one early because you figure more money is going to come in on the Steelers a little bit later on. And again, only because they're playing New England, who is absolutely terrible. Here's the Steelers for you, though. 10-2-0 against the spread for the season, okay? And now they're 3-2 in their last 5 games. I like that. I think points are going to be at a premium in this game. But at the end of the day, I think Pittsburgh is better equipped to win an ugly game at home against a team like New England. And if they don't, then I might have to jump on your bandwagon with Tomlin.
2 things I want to tell you. The only safe bet in this game is the under, which is 30 points. And that Mitch Trubisky, who will be starting for the Steelers on Thursday, he plays for both teams. So look for at least 2 picks. 2 picks.
So you got confidence. You got more confidence in the immortal Bailey Zappi.
Dude.
That's your dude. You're going to roll with Bailey Zappi.
I'd put Lois back there instead of Mitch. At least she's not going to throw no picks. Let me give you, and she's played quarterback before, y'all.
That's right.
So let me give you my game 2. Cleveland Browns -1.5 at home against the Jaguars. I'm right on that bandwagon with you, Lois. The Browns have to win this game if they're going to stay in the hunt for a playoff race. Jaguars without Trevor Lawrence and his long hair. Take the Browns at home with only a 1.5. The weather's going to be nasty. It's Cleveland. The weather's always nasty. Go with the Browns -1.5. Game 3, right back to the legend. Who you got, GC, and why?
Game 3, Chiefs over the Bills because the Chiefs are pissed.
Yeah.
Chiefs -2.5 at home.
I'm okay with that.
Over the
-2.5.
Bills, who must win.
I don't
Just
care.
setting the table.
I don't care.
Okay.
And I like the Bills.
Okay.
And I do. I like the Bills. It was
Yeah, I
a
think
tough,
you took-
it was
you
a-
picked the
it was
Bills
a
over
tough-
Philly.
I did.
Yeah.
It was a tough choice for me, but I mean, you got to save face as the Chiefs. You just do. You can't have consecutive losses in a row. It's
And
very
I think
hard.
the Chiefs are in 4th place in the playoff race right now. At some point, they got to turn it on and be the Chiefs as we know it if they're going to look to get that #1 seed. Not a bad pick. That's going to be a great game either way. But the Chiefs at home should be able to cover. Lois, who you got for game 3 and why?
All right. I'm taking the Broncos. I'm doubling back. I'm taking the Broncos over the Chargers. It's a -3, +3, right?
Yeah, yep. +3 for you.
All right. So I think the Broncos are going to bounce back here, and I think that the Chargers are going to be outcoached.
That could happen. They've been getting out coached.
Brandon Staley is definitely good for at least 3 points for the other team.
And the Broncos were on a roll. I picked the Broncos last week against Houston. They almost pulled it out on the road. Russell Wilson's looking a lot better. I like the pick, -3, 3.5. Keep an eye on that line to see where it goes as the money probably comes in on Denver. Mark Gray, who you got for game 3?
Great minds think alike. I got G's back over there. I'm taking the Kansas City at home plus minus the 2.5. I mean, what's not to love about Patrick Mahomes getting less than a field goal at the spot? I mean, the Chiefs 7-5 against the spread this season. But if you're looking for the parlay, how about this? The over-under on this one opened at 48.
Okay.
I can see this morphing into a bit of a shootout. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 31-28 as a final. I might want to go with the over as a parlay in that game. So watch that. I think, you know, a lot of offense. It's going to be an old school AFL game for those of y'all of a certain age.
Hey, I love that over pick. You know, you've got one team that's going to score 28, another one team's going to get in the 30s. That 47, that's a good call. That's why they call him the professor.
And if think about it, Mahomes versus Catfish. Come on, man.
Hey, man.
Come on, at home.
Catfish. Very disrespectful to DirecTV.
Catfish.
Who like Josh Allen. Let me give you my game 3. 49ers minus 10.5 against Seattle, and they're at home. 10.5. Lay that and sleep very well at night. Any team that can come to the city of Philadelphia with a boombox and let them know that they're going to proceed to commence with a serious-ass whooping and then follow through on it, just get out of their way. And Philly fan, I think you met your match. I've been out to the West Coast. 49er fan, they coming right back at you. And many times they coming stronger.
Yeah, well.
I don't want no parts of them. They told me when they beat the Steelers 30-3 earlier this week, I said, it won't be like that next time. They said, that's right, next time we're going to score 50. And I said, okay. So, stay away from 49er fan. And that team is on a roll. I got the 49ers. Now for your big money. It is time for the sure shot. And the legend goes first. GC, who you got for your sure shot?
I got those Cowboys over the Eagles.
Ooh. Wow.
Woo, that's going to be a good game.
Ooh, talk to me, GC. What are you seeing?
I see right now that race is heated up with the loss.
It has.
Also now, I win. That's the way I look at it. Cowboys look at it now. Well, now I'm not chasing anymore necessarily. I kicked this butt. Now I'm in the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the way they're going to look at it. And they're playing at home. Mm-hmm. Not that that's mattered much this season. A lot of teams lose at home no matter what. But, you know, Texas is a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother state. They just do things differently. And don't get me wrong, I hate the Cowboys. But they're going to win. They're going to beat the Eagles this week.
I like that pick. And the Eagles are like a team that just got a beaten. The next day, those welts are still on you. And you can't really move that well.
But they are going to be mad. They tend to come back after they get when the Jets beat them. They came back and they 5 weeks in a row, they kicked everybody.
Right. And remember.
So, I mean, it's going to be this could be one. It's
gonna be a great game.
It's almost a pick 'em, to be quite honest.
It is,
I mean,
to
it
me.
almost is. You don't really know who's going to win. But I'm going to go on the side of Texas.
And in the money moment, who do you want leading your team on the drive? Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts?
This year, I'm going with Dak.
Man, you tripping.
I'm not tripping.
Give me Dak.
I'm taking Dak.
7 days a week, twice on Sunday.
Okay. I'm taking Dak. LC, the sure shot. Who you got?
Oh, man, I don't know why I left them alone last week, but bring me my 49ers. All right.
Why are you going to jinx the 49ers?
Weapons. The Seahawks have been on a losing streak. Their offense is good sometimes. Their defense is good sometimes, but they're not consistent. And one thing that the 49ers do is they show up in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams. So 49ers
So why didn't you pick them last week?
I didn't because it's about money.
A lot.
And because the Eagles do find a way to win. They make adjustments. They're clever.
You're not loyal.
Right. And 49er fans, they demand loyalty.
Yes.
But I like that sure shot pick because the 49ers, that's my game 3. Mark, who you got for your sure shot?
Well, I think I'm going to have to take the Houston Texans.
Wow.
With the 5.5 at the New York Jets. And this is a simple equation for me. The team with the better defense and the better quarterback is going to win this game. I have to check both those boxes right now on the side of the Texans, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not what Professor told me earlier. He said that the Commanders was going to lose the bye week.
But they can't make any money on that.
I'm arguing against the Commanders on that. I said it's the bye week, Commander. I said, Professor, it's the bye week. They cannot lose the bye week. He said they'll find a line
on it, so I want the people to go to the place
Go to the
of
casino where they can get somebody.
Their website. But God bless Robert Saleh. I mean, his defense keeps his team in the game every week.
They show up.
And they could be a challenge for C.J. Stroud. I'll admit that. But I don't think the Jets can score on anybody.
Nope.
I mean, they don't have, they're throwing out quarterbacks, and they're bringing in new guys. They're bringing in Mark Rippon's kid, I guess, this week.
Wow.
So I just think,
really?
Yeah, Brett Rippon is replacing the guy that they, Tim Boyle.
Then they're going to win.
Yeah, so
they're going to win. They're going to.
So I think Houston wins. I love them to cover the 5.5 point spread, but you may want to
6.5 going up.
You may want to wait to see how that spread goes.
Right.
A little bit later in the week. I'd wait for a late Saturday evening, early Sunday morning before I drop the dime on that one.
You got it, Professor. Can I get my drum roll, please, as we come down to the sure shot, the last one for Week 14 of the NFL season. The Miami Dolphins came here to Washington, put something on them, and then went home. Left a whole sink of dirty dishes and half-eaten plates of food. Well, now they're at home against the Titans with an injured Derrick Henry. They got no shot. I'm going to tell you right now, those Dolphins are getting ready for a date in the AFC Championship against who? Maybe the Ravens? Don't know who's going to face them, but I know they're going to be there. And those Miami Dolphins are on a roll. They understand the importance of scoring points consistently as we build up to the playoff season. Take the Dolphins, lay 14.5. This game's going to get away from the Titans, and it's going to get away from them early. And there you have it. The sure shot picks for Week 14 of the NFL season. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Tom's Restaurant, Tom's Watch Bar, 7 locations across the country, one coming near you, growing from 7 to 70. Tom's Watch Bar is the perfect place to get some wings, enjoy a cold one, and watch a great game. On behalf of the legend, the disruptor, Mark Gray, the professor, and myself, we want to wish you best luck at the casino, or good luck, I should say, at the casino, and we will see you here next week.
Christmas gifts right here.
Yo,
Yes.
I can't wait till you guys get these glasses.
No, we doing Secret Santa.
Secret
Pick
Santa.
my name.
Secret Santa?
Okay. Secret Santa.
Santa was always a secret in my
she said that?
neighborhood.